navigating the male-dominated industry. And afterwards, we're having, at this very venue, head of practice and SVABON interactive session to be anchored by the chairman of SVABON, SS Surveillance Valua Asuwaju Dosufatoko. He will be the one handling that part. So the first, where we are seated, female SS Surveillance and Valua session, women in real estate finance. So please, probationers and students, please can we move to meeting 1 and 2? Are you ready?
Good afternoon again, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Please, can you come with me upstage, Dr. Mrs. Igor Fayomi. Now, Igor Fayomi. Academic practitioner. She holds a BSc, MSc, and PhD degree from the Obafemi University. She's a registered valuer and navigating industry. Ladies and gentlemen, please can you make welcome Dr. Fayomi.
In case the audience needs to make contributions. Thank you. So when we are talking about finance, it has always been a general issue. No matter the aspect we want to look at it from, it has to do with women. Financing for business purposes, be it professionalism or for selling in the shop, has always been an issue that women have faced in getting such funds required. Now, the Guardian TV also established that. I'd love you to see a video clip. Are we available for that, please? Statistics has shown that women are not so financially included when it comes to both the formal setting and the informal setting. So these video clips will give us the statistics of what basically women are faced with when it comes to finance. So can I have the video clips, please? You can play it. Okay. Should I go ahead? We have limited time. Okay, so I think they're having issues with that. So basically, that Guardian newspaper was, TV was telling us the percentage of women that are not financially included, ranging from the market women to the women that are executives, to the women that are working in their various businesses. So the problem basically is both formal and informal. The working class women have the same problem, and the market women have the same problem. So we begin to wonder, why is this a problem? The real estate industry is not left out. For the women that are practicing real estate development, basically they need funds. So real estate finance sector lacks women. And why is this? Because the industry is situated at the intersection of investment management, property economics, and financial engineering. And this is basically more male dominated than women. And the reason is because it has a lot of need for financial services. So women are basically just genderly excluded from most of this. It's probably not intentional, because some of the things we put into consideration is the fact that, can I get the next slide if that's not showing? Is the fact that this exclusion might be due to the nature of the aspects we are looking at, which is financing. You know, women do not naturally own lands because of the kind of when it comes to ownership tenures and the land use act, we're talking about wheeling of properties as well, because of our traditional methods that have been introduced into the society. So women are basically just generally excluded from most of these, from the traditional and customary practices. So traditional gender roles also comes in, legal constraints also comes in terms of property rights. They also have the underdevelopment of gender responsive finance policies and frameworks that further makes this more complicated. Then, additionally, the informal nature of most of the property markets, where social capital and network play a crucial role in assessing deals, you know, and investment opportunities also play a major role. You can't expect a woman to go for a who might be seen as indecent, that she's going to a guest house to have business meetings and the likes of it. So this generally just deprives us of such beautiful opportunities, because we'll be stereotyped and considered as or seen in a particular template. Going further, there are a lot of things that are responsible for this. I don't know if you're moving the slide. Please go to the 6th slide. So there are a lot of things that are responsible for this, which we could call barriers to institutional and structural inequity. Measures, policies that have been put in place that aids the practices of all of these things that we do. So these policies do not in a way favor women. Then we also have the issue of gender bias and stereotyping. So this also has effects on how women are able to carry out their investments and the likes of it. Then we have exclusions from informal networks and mentorship channels. And this is the aspect I was talking about, that we have two concepts to be taking on today: mentorship and sponsorship. I don't know if we have microphones. Do we have any available? So can someone tell me what they understand by the term mentorship? You can put your hands up. I'll just send the mic to you. What do you understand by the term mentorship? Hello? It's an interactive section. What do you understand by the term mentorship? Do we have anyone that can help us with that? Okay. Our uncle, please, can you come forward and sort it out? Women, men are answering for you. Now, wow. Thank you. So what do you understand by mentorship?
The word mentorship simply means the heart
of tutoring the younger ones to become, or he expects to become, such as the relationship between mentee and mentor. For example, we have a Niesv Alonge here who happens to be our president. I can assume that is my mentor. So the relationship between me and him now, I'm his mentee. So in that relationship, you can call it mentorship. That is, he is my mentor while I'm his mentee. So it's the heart of bringing me up to become who I wish to become. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Let's give him a round of applause, please. Sir, you have a mentee. So now, what do you understand by sponsorship? So let's have a lady answer this, please. Mentorship. What do you understand by the term mentorship? Sorry, sponsorship. Thank you. Thank you, my second vice. What's sponsorship? What do you understand by the concept sponsorship? Ladies, please. You are following my hand, though. Ladies. Okay, thank you. Please, you need the mic.
Thank you. Sponsorship can also be somebody helping you to get through something. Maybe if you are not able to get through something, the person can sponsor you. It might be financial, mostly financial. Okay. Maybe you want to, cross a hurdle, and there's a financial hurdle that you have. Somebody can sponsor you to that. And let me add to the mentorship. It's not only the younger ones. It is not only, you can even mentor an elderly one, just maybe in a profession or something like that. The person knows more than you, and he can now train you to get to the stage that the person is. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So you see, those are two different words: mentorship, sponsorship. Okay, you want to say something? That's fine. Quickly. Please, can we be calm, please? I'm not from South Africa. I'm a Niger girl who will go fight. Calm down, please, so that we can hear them. Okay, right on.
Okay, for sponsorship, my name is Mojisola.
Okay.
For sponsorship is also having people who have gone ahead of you, people who can speak for you even when you are not in the room, people who can vouch for you and even recommend you for opportunities, even when you are not in that room. Yeah.
Thank you very much. That's the words. Okay. That's the last comment, please, because we have limited time.
Good evening. My name is CID Azuaro.
Okay.
For sponsorship, it could be financially or materially. People can materially, or a company can materially or financially sponsor. For instance, this conference is an example. We are sponsored by FIRS and other companies. So that is my own take on that.
Thank you very much. Please, let's give all the comments, people that commented, a round of applause, please. Thank you. So you see, there are two different concepts here: mentorship and sponsorship. So your mentor offers you guidance and advice, but the difference about sponsorship is that it goes further by leveraging their influence to create tangible career opportunities for you, recommending you, giving you financial support when possible, leading your projects, and also giving you visible leadership roles. Like the president gave me the opportunity to present here today. So that goes beyond mentorship. That's creating visibility for me, because anybody seeing me here will be like, okay, this woman is good at speaking. So that's marketing your abilities, and it creates a better network for you. So let's get it right. When we have mentors, it's different from when we have sponsors. And this is what women lack. We do not have sufficient sponsors. We need people that will sponsor us, people that will make us have these opportunities we are deprived from. We know the finance sector is difficult to get funds, but if we have sponsors, women will be more inclined to go into the property development business and make more money as well, because I think we all want to make money. That's the essence of going into business or investment. Then another aspect that I want us to know is the work-life integration challenges. Women are faced with a lot of challenges. I always use myself as a case study. I started my MSc program when I was pregnant for my second baby. My lecturers are here. Fortunately, they can testify to that. They can testify to that. Now, I was writing exams breastfeeding a child because I knew I had a goal I needed to achieve. So, but not every woman has this opportunity because we have challenges in life. We go back, give birth, raise our kids to a reasonable stage before we come back and start our life careers. And by that time, the men have gone way ahead of us. You know, those leadership opportunities will no longer be visible for us. You know, we now become subordinates instead of becoming the leaders. So this is just to make us understand that we understand the fact that we have limitations. Then another limitation we have is inequitable access to capital. You know, because of the rigor of getting these funds, we realize that women are not so privileged to be given capital to go into this venture of development, because property development is all about finance. Then we also have things that has to be done for us to resolve the problems that I've highlighted. Things like policy reforms and organizational change. We need to start understanding the fact that our women would have babies, our women would take some time off. What measures do we need to put in place? Which are frameworks, templates, policies that will be there to guide any organization to be able to know that these women should not be deprived of their process. So these are things that should be looked at. Then professional networks and capacity building. I must give it to most of these institutions. We have AFRES, we have Niesv as well, that give women opportunity to voice out. We are given the privilege, opportunities to express ourselves, network, you know, meet ourselves and be able to create a good platform for ourselves to excel in our businesses. So we must appreciate you, our president, for the beautiful work, but let's also know that we need more. Oliver Twist. Am I speaking the minds of the women, please? So please, we need more opportunities, we need more visibility, we need more funds, we need more collaboration with the men who are able to do these transactions. If we collaborate with them, that will also help us to excel in our goals in terms of real estate finance. Then visibility and role modeling. Like I always say, and I remember, I think the last meeting we had in my institution, the chairman said something. You are in the best position to market yourself. Don't think any other person will create that visibility. Someone can give you a platform to showcase yourself, but you are in a better position to use that platform wisely and showcase yourself as much as you can. Because if you not showcase yourself, nobody will. If you do not push yourself, if you do not motivate yourself, nobody will motivate you. So you must create more visibility for yourself. We have social media networks. I can recall speaking with Ayo yesterday, and he said, Dr. Fayomi, we hear about you, but we don't see what you post your contents on LinkedIn, post your contents on the social media platform so that people can see what you do. And that's because we're in the digital age. People need to see what we do as women, and that will create more visibility for us. Role modeling, I always say it. Role models can be men. I always tell people today that Professor Aloko is my academic father, because even while I was tired of going back to school, Prof said, Ego, you can do this, go back and do your PhD. So if it doesn't have to do with gender, anybody can push you to get to the zenith of your career. So let's take note of that as women. Then another aspect we are going to be looking at is we are in the technological age. Roland came earlier and he was talking about tech and the likes of it, and we're all inclined towards these discussions. Now, there are a lot of avenues that we don't need large sums sometimes to go into real estate investment development. We can start small. We have things like real estate crowdfunding. We have real estate green financing bonds. We have blockchain-based token. We have Islamic real estate and finance. We have private equity and venture capital. We have joint ventures and the likes of it. I have video clips to explain all of this, but I think they have issues with their videos, so I'll just explain them briefly. So when you talk about blockchain-based token, you're talking about blockchain-based tokenization. So this enhances real estate finance by enabling fractionalizations. So you have digital tokens. So these tokens is more like you're having shares. You don't buy everything, you just have bits of it. And it's so workable that it's transparent. You have a reduced fraud rate, and it also improves market liquidity. So if you want to sell off your token, it's so easy for you to go back to the market and you put it out there for sale. Then we also have what we call crowdfunding. So crowdfunding has significantly advanced real estate finance by allowing multiple investors to contribute funds towards property development and investment projects. They also have what we call, we'll soon round up, green financing bond, Islamic real estate finance and the likes of it. So when you're done, my slide will be sent to the platform because I don't want to take much of our time. My slide will be sent to the platform as well, and my PowerPoint presentation. So you can also watch those videos. So from all we've discussed, we still have women, even with the difficult situations, that have excelled in real estate finance. Can I have my slides? So women like Olajumoke Adenowo, women like Jane Rumera, women like Folorunsho Alakeja, and women like Isoke Omo. These are women that have gone into real estate development and they've excelled at it. So we know that we have hope. Basically, the reason for coming here today is to say that women have done this and they've excelled. So we should also be motivated, put in more effort, and see how we can also excel when it comes to real estate finance. Thank you very much for this, and I'm happy I can speak with everyone.
Thank you. Please, can we give her a round of applause again for that lovely presentation, Dr. Mrs. Ego Fayo. I've just been told that during our presentation, it's like the number of men was more than that of the women. I say good with men supporting women. So in that vein, I'll be inviting the head of practice an ESVABON interactive session. That's what we're going to be having right now. Our students and professionals are already having their session. Afterwards, we'll be going for the first Affiliate Bodies Roundtable discussion. Well, to anchor this session is our leader and our father, as a surveyor and valuer. So he makes his way to the microphone. This is going to be an interactive session. Please, somebody should help as you
Mr. President, do you have any remark, first of all, about this novel program?
Thank you, Mr. Our chairman of the board. Registrar, please. Sit down now. And the second vice is also there. Is the head of PPC, the institution. So I think, thank you, Chairman and noble colleagues. I think we brought this into this conference program to have this interactive discussion about how our firms are actually the relationship between us and the board. The board licenses firm. Nobody can practice as an estate surveyor and valuer unless you are licensed by the board. As an individual or as a firm. And there are things that we need to understand from the perspective of our regulators. In terms of ethics, what we are supposed to uphold in our practice. We also provide necessary guidance as an institution. It is important that we understand the relationship. The profession has two sides, the institution and the board. We normally say there are two sides of the same coin. The board has the authority, the legal authorities with the board. The advocacy and advancement of the profession is with the institution. So we need to understand that. And I think as head of practices and those who take decisions in running our firms, there are things we need to understand. There's been a lot of issues. Falsely, in most cases, alleging us as practitioners of the dereliction or deliberate, deliberate misconduct. And I think a lot of it may not be right. But again, there is no perfect, human being, not to talk of perfect profession. So, but I think what we need to do is to constantly engage, to educate ourselves, to ensure that we are always on the right path of the law and also on the right path of regulation. So that is the purpose of this session. And let me say one thing. There are a lot of issues about the law of the country and combine. Let me make an example. And I think the board also needs to speak to this. Money laundering regulation, money laundering law. There has been debates and discussions among our members that why should we be required by PFCC or SCUMO to comply with that law. Globally, even in Europe, practitioners comply. The RICS, for instance, has a special regulation when it comes to money laundering that complies with the money laundering regulation in the United Kingdom. And as a matter of fact, violation of that regulation under RICS Code of Ethics
is a misconduct. And if you are found to have actually violated it and you have tried, disciplinary sanctions will be meted out, and it can range from, depending on the severity of that infraction, up to complete expulsion from RICS. The only thing we need to look at is how is our compliance required? Are we being made to comply in a way that undermines even our own client agent relationship? Or is it, so those are the things we should be looking at. I don't think we should say, no, we are not supposed to be made to comply with that law. Why? Because, you know, even in the other kingdom, no estate surveyor, where you sell property, money does not come to you. The lawyers collect the money. That is the regulation there. So even if I'm marketing a property in London, in the UK, and it is bought, the buyer does not pay to me or to my friend. The buyer pays to the landlord, to the owner's lawyer. And it is from that the lawyer now settles account, including my fee or my firm's fee as agent, and then remit, and then takes his own and remit the balance to the client. So we need to understand, you know, all this regulation and the role of the board, because I understand the board is doing a lot for us, but this is an opportunity for the board to also tell us what they are doing to help us and then what they expect from us. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. President. I think you said it all. Compliance with statutory regulation is very, very key. And in addition to the functions which you have enumerated of the board, to register estate surveyors, to ensure best global practices, we must go further to look at the educational content of our development. I think I should let our members know this. By virtue of the act that set us up, asset management as we know it is just a ladder to becoming a registered surveyor. And by members of the board, we know that there are differences from other cognate disciplines struggling to be registered as estate surveyors too. But we thank God for our forefathers in the profession that ensures that an estate surveyors of the stature of a past president should be the chairman of the board. It really helps. Otherwise, it's different things that will be said. I'm sure you know of Anna, you know of ICA. Do you want that type of arrangement? Do we want that type of arrangement? Thank you very much. Now, I think some takeaways from this conference is that our education is challenged. Today, alone, I was starting from yesterday, some new concepts, which may all be new in our climate, but not new in developed climes. I imagine that the concept of ESG, in fact, those of us who attended the ISVA annual general meeting in Hong Kong last year, we know that it is still taking root. This is a concept which must be factored into our education. And today again, especially if you listen to Akim Ogunina, sustainability. The immediate responsibility of the estate surveyor is to come up with the estimate of value at a given time. Of course, people have disputed that point estimate is no longer in vogue, maybe a range of value. Okay, let's even take a range of value. How to factor these emerging concepts into our arriving at range of values or point estimate is an immediate challenge. We thank God, even the president here has been a good influence. We now have a green book, and it's not long that the green book was revised. By the way, how many of us have green books copy? Can we raise up our hand if you have? The hands up are not enough. We need to get a copy of that book. In fact, that's how to comply with global best practices. And one thing we noted yesterday that, again, is now due for revision, because this concept of ESG, sustainability, have to be incorporated very soon, and it will be soon. So without waiting more time, it's supposed to be an interactive session. If you have any issue bothering you about the board, what you believe that we should do, what we have been doing that we should not be doing, we'll be gladly listening with a view to improve the situation. Thank you very much.
So contributions from the floor, questions like the chairman said.
Everything is okay with the board.
Don't worry.
Frank MC.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman of the board and the president. All protocol duly observed. I want to appreciate this initiative of an interactive session concerning the board and the head of practice. My concern about the board is the place of the independence of the board as a regulator.
Your name?
My name is Louis Afolabi.
The Reverend.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Yes, sir. My concern is the place of the independency of the board as a regulator of the practice of estate surveying and valuation in Nigeria. I have said it time and again. I want to say it here, and I stand to be corrected, that the regulate the markets is yearning for regulation. All kinds of things are happening in the market. And when it goes wrong, the estate surveyors and valuers who are the one known will be the one to be blamed for what we don't know about. So my concern, sir, is that
can you cite example, specific example?
Specifically the retail agency market, sir. It's a problem in Nigeria all over. I don't know about Lagos, but I know that in Delta State is an issue. All kinds of things are being done. So what measures can the board put in place, or the board putting in place, to ensure that the market is regulated in a one manner that the bad image does not come to estate surveyors and valuers? I think I should leave it at that. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Mr. Chairman, sir, we're going to collect all the questions first before we answer. Thank you.
My name is Estate Surveyor and Valuer Nwore Ben Uche. Mr. Chairman, I have this problem that has been disturbing me. I want to ask if it's right, the estate surveyors in practice, those in public service, that carry out valuation and other duties of an estate surveyor, yet they are not yet registered. And they keep progressing and nothing is done about it. Come to level 15 and yet they keep signing valuation, do valuation, and yet they are not registered. And that helps them to keep staying there. They don't even care when anything is being done in the institution or at the F-Zabon. Nobody talks about it. They don't even come for any of the programs because nothing stops them from progressing. Thank you, sir.
Please, who has the other mic? Who has the other mic? Our ushers. Who has the other mic?
Good afternoon, our father, the chairman, and our president. I sincerely appreciate the efforts that have been put together for this conference and for this interactive session. My name is Niesv Jonathan Samuel. I am privileged to be both in practice and in the academics. The problem that was raised earlier on by the chairman, that is in terms of curriculum gap. Just a while ago, while what our daddy referred to, when the other presenter was presenting about sustainability, and we raised serious questions about our curriculum in the school. We have so many emerging issues in practice today, in the world today, yet our curriculum sometimes is about 20 years behind. And I wonder, these are the institutions that produce these graduates that will go into practice. They come into practice with obsolete knowledge, and yet they want to practice in the current world. I think there is a need, urgent need, for both the institution and the board to involve a strategy. Should curriculum be reviewed annually? Like, for example, in the polytechnic sector where I operate, we are using a syllabus of 2002. How many years behind now? Yet we are in 2025. I wonder how graduates who are produced under such curriculum, how they will function effectively, even if they are registered. That's number one. So the question is, how will the board go about, or the institution, reviewing curriculum alongside with the relevant organizations, maybe every two years, so that the dynamic of time met. The second issue that I want to raise is the fact that we have heads of, but I'm not too sure. Also, in the educational sector, we have heads of department. How effectively are they being incorporated into the activities of both the board as well as the institution? They are left, and they are potent vehicles in helping the institution to move forward. I think something needed to be done about that. Thank you very much.
Thank you. We have, see, there's a hand by the front there behind the rector's seats. I'm bringing the mic to you.
Mr. Chairman. Good afternoon, sir. My name is Estate Surveyor and Valuer, Esther Echen. I want to express my worry, and it borders on this fact that estate surveying and valuation lacks legal backing. We lack legal backing in the sense that every other profession or every other human being has turned to become an estate agent. We are already losing our relevance. most clients today, what they know is lawyers to be the property managers. While we are aware that even to the Supreme Court has already given a ruling that lawyers are not meant to manage properties, but they are forcefully taking away the profession from us. I don't know whether it is tied down to the definition of estate surveying and valuation. There is no part of it that tied it down that this profession is strictly made for us to practice, because there is a lot of vacuum there. It gives every other person outside there to become an intruder. We are losing out in valuation. We are losing out in virtually aspects of this our profession. Something urgent needs to be done for us to retrieve or resuscitate our relevance again. Thank you, sir.
All right, thank you. Mr. President, sir.
Yes, the meantime, let's stop at that. Try to. Okay. I think we have 4 questions now. And the top on the list of questions is the one raised by Reverend Lewis. How you are seeing the Methodist Reverend, Mr. Lee. Then I think the issue of estate it to establish estate agency of the estate agency. I forgotten the name. Estate Agents of Nigeria. The National Association of Estate Agents. No problem or quackery. But it stems from the rule of law. Look at it. You find that anybody can be agent of anybody. And in Nigeria, if you look, there who even know property data more than the estate surveyors. They've been there, they have been practicing. So we have these problems which emanates from angles. There have been decided cases. In fact, I can't remember. There is a case that lawyers can only document actual selling of the property. I think true, we don't. We are not proactive enough. And of course, as far as the board is concerned, fund is a limiting factor. It's a limiting factor. There are cases you want to go and fund. It's not easy. And unlike our institution, the source of sources of fund today. But be that as it may, if you know of any case, let the board know. Let the board know. Leaving the more than that, 10 years, leaving the presidency, I think he will bear me witness. We took as steps with a view to aspect of our act. The lawyers, in fact, if you look at the assembly, half of the members of the assembly are lawyers, and they are very alert on anything that now I think the point will be made now. We thank God that our administration at the Niesv level, in fact, particularly this present one, is a friend of the people in the National Assembly and even the president himself. And so if there's any time that we should come up with amendments to any aspect of our act, I think this is the time. I think at the end of this interaction, we sit down with the president, and of course, maybe we will ask you to submit memoranda, which aspect that you believe are impeding our practice that can be amended. So we are now a friend of the parliament, and so we should take advantage of that. So until concrete amendments are made, I think we are, and until this Association of National State Agents take root, I think we have to bear with the Park Estate Agents, and not only the lawyers too. Anybody who retires from the civil service, even at farm state level, becomes an estate agent. It's as bad as that. It's as bad as that. I'm sure my president will throw light later how the issue is being dealt with in the UK. That's how much you can say about that. Now, on registered surveyors signing reports, honestly, that cannot be tolerated. If a report has been made to the board will take it off. So if you know of anyone, please let us know. We know that at the other stage of this profession, some of the people in the last department, even the man who supervised me, I belong to the second batch of the NYC. The man who supervised my primary assignment in Kaduna. Was close through the ranks, not a profession to co-opt those people. Give them, is it honorary, something or another? Or permanent of the late memory, of blessed memory. In the East, Chief Menkiti, have you heard the name before? And in the North, we have Malam Idris. That's how we co-opted it, just to go over this problem of people high up, acting and doing a profession on behalf. That's how we work. About it. But now, if we see have that report, because I know that I'm sure my registrar will tell us of the number of estate management institutions all over the country. So there is no reason for that. And we have different programs. Mature program exists that you can easily qualify. So if you know of that, we will take it off. We will take it off. Which other one is it? Legal backing. So I think we talked about it. We have legal backing. What's the name of our act now? Decree 24 of 1975, subject to amendment, is the legal backing for this profession. It is written in black and white. In fact, it is we that should complain that we lack capacity. We lack capacity to fill the vacuum. If you had adequate capacity, some of these park each incident will not happen. So be rest assured. And as I've said, no law is permanent. We need to subject that law to amendment as time dictates. So we should take opportunity of the time in which we are. Thank you very much. Is there anyone that will let their curriculum? Yeah, and honestly, we have adequate framework and machinery for updating the education of the essence of youth. We have elaborate accreditation program from time to time. It's only that the authorities tend to frustrate us because they don't want to spend money. In fact, our accreditation with that of the university and that of the polytechnic, they are now matched together because of their inability to make money available. But I want to assure you, we don't have problems with revising, updating the curriculum of the education of the surveyors. Of course, fund is a limiting factor. And at the board level, we have the PPP and the education committee. And it surprised you the amount of volume of memo that have been churned out for the benefit of upgrading the education of the surveyor. Please, if there are specific issues you want us to tackle, in fact, the current issue that the board is battling now is the unbundling of estate management as a profession. Of course, you should look across the ocean. In the US, they don't practice estate management as we practice here. Property management is a separate discipline. Brokerage is called agency here. It's a separate discipline. Of course, appraisal. And appraisal too, you have to specialize. You want to sell residential property, plant and machinery, then business enterprises. These are things that we have over there. And of course, we are trying to see the best we can do. First of all, let us see what you can do with unbundling. And I believe that Mr. President will want to add to what I'm saying. No, wait. Let me just watch. Thank you very much. I think our time is past, and the chairman has said a lot regarding what the board is trying to do or what they have been doing. And I want to align with his contribution. I think for those of us who are still not clear about the issues that we have addressed, there is that communication line with the board. You can get more clarification. But let me just take this contribution. The issue of agency, we need to be careful. I've always said, property agency can never be an exclusive preserve of estates of yours and bad ones. It is not possible. It is never done anywhere in the world. We listened to Jonathan Koala today. He is not a qualified estate surveyor. He's not a qualified RICS. He runs a property company, management company that has 40,000 properties under management. So anywhere in the world. But one thing is that the law in this country is fair to us. You cannot go to the CAC today asking to register a company and put as part of your services valuation of property. CAC will not approve it because they know that is
exclusive preserve of estate surveyors and valuers. Agency is not an exclusive preserve. All we can do, and like Chairman said, what RIC in England, a carpenter, anybody can actually register a company, and most of the estate agencies you see when you go to London, they are not general surveyors. The big one, the Foxtons and so on that you see, big ones, they were forced by client pressure to actually come under the regulation of RICs. And that is why we see that they are regulated by RICs in a way, because at least 2 of their directors are chartered surveyors. So we need to be careful. The best way to address the negative impact of quackery on our profession is for us to deliver quality service, and at the same time, we do a proper advocacy and defensive and offensive advocacy, warning clients about the dangers of not using qualified estate surveyors and advisors on transactions, and bringing out scenarios. Because when newspapers report clients duped and so on, you hardly find surveyors and valuers there. I think as an institution, we need to do more by actually taking that up in the media and showing that those people are not our members, and therefore, if you continue to patronize them, that is what you get. But if we are looking for a law to give us exclusive right to estate agency, we are wasting our time. It will not happen. And I want to say also that the aspect of our law that requires amending, I think we have a great opportunity now, like the chairman said. I think we should take that opportunity. We have legal backing. We don't have legal backing. We have legal backing. And that legal backing, we need to clarify it. Further. So I think the chairman has addressed everyone that because of time, I want to say that, the board will continue to do its best. I'm a member of the board, but in any case, as the president of NIESB, and I also have 5 other members representing NIES on the board. So we'll continue to have that, interaction, necessary feedback, and hopefully most of the issues that border on our practice, we can address it. I think that is all that I want to. I think time is fast spent, please. Maybe we'll take 2 more brief contributions, not more than 1 minute each. The chairman, okay, sorry, JP, oh yeah, this one. Okay.
One, two.
The chairman and the president, my colleagues. I think my also to start a school of estate management. So that anybody leaving the campus, leaving the polytechnic, leaving the university should go to this school for 1 year. And then once we finish, either the curriculum is not standardized at the university level or the polytechnic, that gap will be filled there. Once you finish that, you are now registered to practice as estate surveyors and valuers. And as the president says, until we improve ourselves professionally in competence, in transparency, these people will continue to mess us up. I suggest that you start putting in position today the establishment of School of Estate Management. You have to be brushed up for practice to the public. Thank you.
That's also our
Just the general comment.
some of the fellows.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, Mr. President. Standing on the existing protocol, can we have a single house, please? As chairman of PPC, some of the issues raised, I want to just add to what chairman has said. I believe the gentleman that asked a question concerning schools, you need to touch base with your people. Most HODs work with the education committee of both the board and the institution. They are engaged because we touch base with them. Likewise, on the board, universities and polytechnics are represented. They have representation on the board by law. So to say that they are not represented, that means you need to go back and touch base. On the issue of school curriculum, they are in the purview of NUC and MBTE, but even be that as is made, the board works in line with them, both at the education committee level and also the institutional education committee. And for example, in the universities, they have the CC marks that's being used, which you localize your own environment. So if there's a problem, like the president has said, in your own environment, you better get in touch to get help so that it can help your own school to touch base with the reality on ground now. And on the issue of agency, like they have said, the board approved the relocation of agency in 2015. And like our chairman has also alluded to, we are unbundling this practice. But the major thing we need to wake up to that we have been talking about is that we need to increase capacity. Individual capacity. Don't sit down on the seat and think that somebody will bring bread on your table. I mean, look at the depth of presentation by our speakers today. The world is moving very fast. So if you don't join the train, I'm telling you, go to some of these big firms, international firms. They have table for your assignment in their office, and they do them. All the data they have, what capacity do you have to put data together? Even the one you have done, you are hiding. You don't want anybody to know. So I want to also talk about the issue of civil servants in practice. I mean, maybe they are signing reports. Our regulation 3A and B talks about the fact that if they are in any paid employment, they can sign as long as they are registered by the board, but not for a fee. And the issue of saying that people are not elected, they get to level 15, please go and get your record straight. I don't think it's right. You cannot cross level 12. You cannot, except you are registered. Thank you because of time.
Yes, please, it's over. But let me just respond to our elders, Elder B.Adesoya's request about quality of asset management. I think our elder was in the spirit. Our constitution has established College of Estate Management, but we've had problems starting it off. Even at the last council meeting that we had 2 days ago, we discussed it, and we have mapped out plans that at the beginning of the next council year, that college will take off. It is going to take off. I think the point is that we don't have the power to hamstring the board. The board is the regulator. We cannot change the registration procedure of the board. But what we are going to do is to make sure that we have quality membership that will go to the board and be registered. The way we are going to start it, because it's going to be difficult to have a College of Estate Management that you will say when somebody graduates, he will come and attend this full time for 1 year. It's going to be difficult. So what we have done, what we are thinking is we will have a distance learning curriculum affairs management where courses will be in modules, the graduates will be working, and then they will be taking those modules over 1 year. It will integrate them from theory to practice. The modules will be written not just by academic professors and doctors in university, but also by practitioners, because that is what we found out in the election interviews that we conduct. That most of our probationers that are coming as members, they lack that quality. So it would take that, and then after the 1 year, they will now move on to the second year of the training, where they will now write their critical analysis and get qualified. I think this is something we want to practice. As a matter of fact, there is a whole floor at our secretariat that we have reserved, we will equip. We are going to have a proper structure, and we are going to also propose to have a governing council that includes our stakeholders, like representative of FRS, AMCON, and so on, in the governing council, so that they will know what we are doing, and then it will also help us, to get, to have their confidence in our profession, transparency, and also patronage funding. So that is what we are trying to do. Details will be provided to us, but at the beginning of the next council, I can assure you that college will take off and modalities will be known to all of us. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you. Please can we give our president and the chairman of ESOBAN a round of applause? I've been told the registrar of ESOBAN will be giving a vote of thanks for this session for ESBABON. Janet Shehu. Please can we give her a round of applause as she comes up, a fellow of the institution, the first woman to occupy that office. Please clap for her very well. It's not easy. Women surveyors on the move.
Mr. President, Chairman of Board, distinguished noble colleague, I want to, on behalf of ESBABON, say a big thank you for the time together this evening to discuss issues that are affecting us as a body. And I pray that as we go on in the conference, we will participate more and then send feedbacks to us so that we can improve in our services to you. Thank you very much. Have a good evening.
Thank you. Please, can we help her down? Just help her down. And the chairman of the board will also be going back to his seat. Just the president will be here to present a plaque to our last speaker. Yes, sir. Please, can we give the chairman of ESBABON a round of applause? Okay. Oh, Baba is going to join us. Okay. The president just said that he will do this together. The paper 6, female asset surveyors and valuers session, women in real estate finance, navigating the male-dominated industry, by Dr. Mrs. Igo Fayomi, Mr. President.
Sorry, before I present the flag, I want to recognize one of our invited guests that has been sat since, I think since the morning. Although we will properly recognize him tomorrow at the main opening ceremony. Is the rector of the federal the ICT Polytechnic, Sakpade in Ogun State. Is no other person than Dr. Sonny Kehinde. Doctor, thank you so much. We appreciate you for coming, sir. Thank you. Thank you. On that note, I will yield this presentation to our chairman of the board to help present this plaque to Dr. Fayomi.
What a man can do, a woman can do better. Particularly,
I'm sorry, sir. Can I also invite the women leader to come up and join us in this presentation? Please, a round of applause for her. Please clap. The women should clap for their chairman now. Or you want men to clap for her?
PSV, Dr. Mrs. Igo Fayomi. When did you graduate from Ife? First degree. How time flies. Well, 74. No. It is a pleasure. Speaking vehemently on behalf of the women folk. I'm sure you are a good example. I'm sure by your lecture today, you are now going to be a mentor to a number of women folk. I congratulate you and congratulate the Lee University for producing a lecturer in the mode of you. This is an excellence award presented to you for your paper on the subject of women in real estate finance, navigating the male-dominated industry. My pleasure, on behalf of the president, to present this to you. Thank you.
Okay, please can we give all of them a round of applause as they make their way back to their seats?
And noble colleagues, this is an update announcement on our program tomorrow. Our opening ceremony will be here. The president has an engagement that has been scheduled for tomorrow outside Abuja. He's going to send somebody to represent him, but to decorate a grand patron, you don't do it in absentia. And even if he's saying the vice president, we cannot decorate the vice president. So what we have agreed is that when he comes back, we will arrange for us to come to the villa to do the official decoration, and that he wishes us well. So because of that, there wouldn't be any need for us to have two venue for opening ceremony. So we might as well do it here and then arrange. Unfortunately, all of us will not be there where we are decorating, but I can assure you the BOT and management and some past presidents will represent you well. So we look forward to seeing you here tomorrow in the morning. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. President. Please, we are not done yet. Today's conference is not yet over. International Rights of Way, meeting room 3 and 4, affiliate bodies roundtable discussion, meeting room 1 and 2. Have a good evening. Please, if your AirPod is missing, this earpiece, right? If your iPhone earpiece is missing, please come and see the MC. iPhone. It's iPhone. Please, if you have a missing earpiece that is white in color, please come and collect. Thank you. So please, international rights of way, 3 and 4. Afres, 1 and 2. Please, let's start making our way because we're not coming back here again. From there, we disperse. Afres, room 1 and 2. International rights of way, 3 and 4. Thank you.